What if everything you loved was taken from you in a single night? What if you lost your family, your home, your future, and had to start from nothing? This is the true story of John Turner, a man who went from tragedy and homelessness to building an empire. And the way it happened, you won't believe it. John Turner had it all: a thriving business, a loving wife, and a daughter who was his entire world. But one winter night, everything changed. A fire broke out in his home. His wife and daughter were trapped inside. By the time he got the call, it was too late. Grief consumed him. He couldn't focus. His business collapsed, bills piled up, and within months, he had lost everything. Now, John wasn't a businessman anymore. He was homeless, sleeping on park benches, wondering if life was even worth it. But even at rock bottom, one thing kept him going: books. Every day, he walked into the public library, devouring books about business, resilience, and success. He had nothing, but he still had his mind. One day, as John sat outside a cafe, reading an old book, a well-dressed man stopped and said, "What are you reading?" That man was Mr. Reynolds, a wealthy entrepreneur. Instead of begging for money, John spoke about the book, about success, about never giving up. Reynolds listened, really listened. Then, he handed John a business card and said, "Come to my office tomorrow. Let's see what you can do." John started at the bottom, running errands, making coffee. But he worked harder than anyone. He stayed late, he learned, he absorbed everything. And soon, people noticed. Within a year, he climbed to a junior executive role. He was on his way back, but not everyone wanted him to succeed. A jealous senior manager framed him for leaking company secrets. Overnight, John was fired. Just like that, he was back on the streets. But this time, he wasn't the same man. Instead of breaking down, John took the biggest risk of his life. He pitched a business idea to one of Reynolds' top investors. And you know what happened? The investor believed in him. Within months, John's startup took off. He worked day and night. He refused to fail. 5 years later, John Turner was no longer homeless. He was the CEO of a multi-million-dollar company. But he never forgot where he came from. He built a foundation to help struggling entrepreneurs and the homeless because he knew that sometimes all a person needs is one chance. John's story proves one thing: your lowest point is not the end, it's the beginning. It's not about what happens to you. It's about what you do next. No matter how hard life gets, never stop learning. Never stop pushing forward. Never stop believing. Because your breakthrough might be just one conversation away. If this story inspired you, don't keep it to yourself. Hit that like button. Share it with someone who needs hope. And subscribe for more unbelievable real-life stories. Because the greatest comebacks start with one step forward. Thank you for watching.